Yo, what's up, guys? So, this one is called Being Dynamic. You know, I've mentioned that. I've mentioned that agents are used to dynamic people, they're used to being around celebrities. I'm going to give you a tip in here that I think will be helpful. But let me start here, I guess. The number one thing we're afraid of, right, is we don't like to be judged. Like, that's just a human nature thing. It's like, I don't want to be judged, man. Just let me, this bird's killing it. You know what I mean? And it's fucking ironic that I modeled and shit like that. Like, there's no, like, to me, like, at the end of the runway, that is the place like you're judged the most, and everybody's taking your picture and shit like this. I was never like, yeah, like I'm handsome. No, like I was terrified every fucking show except for one, except for Massimo's. But let me go here first. Being dynamic, and I say that's important, and I think it is for writers because, and I've said before that agents are used to being around celebrities. I remember when like certain ones like stand out to me. Like when Sherry came back, she had a meeting with Jimmy Fallon, and I'm like, how was he? And she's like, he was very dynamic. Like, he ran the room. Like, he was very entertaining. You know, but think about it. Like, he's just a real guy. I mean, he's just a regular dude. Like, but he knows on his way driving to the meeting, these people want to be entertained. You know, so he gets out of his car probably and is like, I need to get my shit together and entertain these people. And he goes into this meeting and there's like 10 agents there, and all the agents are like, go ahead, brother, like, entertain us. And he does, and he's big, and doop doop doop, and they're like, oh my god, that was such a great meeting. Like, he totally entertained us, all this kind of shit. This is what I mean when I say, like, they're used to being, fuck, I didn't put my clock on, sorry. They're used to being entertained. So that's why I say, as a writer, you gotta do that as well. Meaning, it will only help you. And I noticed that in modeling as well. Like, why do I need to entertain anybody if I'm just modeling? Like, shouldn't it just be about my looks? Like, that's it? No. Like, I noticed that the people that were the best talkers and this kind of shit booked the most shit. You know, it's probably the same for actors and shit. Like, people who tend to give the best vibe tend to book the most shit. Like, that's just what it is. You know what I mean? Like, I booked a national commercial. How? I don't fucking know, man. But I'm not naturally charismatic or confident or any of that. I'm naturally an introvert, fairly shy, this kind of shit. But I had to learn how to do it. I like going to my first auditions. I fucking hated it, man. I would just black out. I didn't even know what the fuck I did. Anybody like yeah. They're like, okay, you're up. Like, I'm like, why am I even modeling anyway? Like, I don't especially think I'm like super handsome or whatever. So they're like, you're up, walk for us. I'm like, okay. I would just do it like a robot, just not be present. And I think that's one of my points in here is like, if you can be present, like, that's the place you're trying to get to, where you're present. For some people, I guess that's maybe natural, but for other people, they're introverts but they still want to do art, but they're not naturally like outgoing and this kind of shit. Like, and for most of all the shit I did, I was not present. You know, I would leave the audition and just be like, I don't know what the fuck I just said. I don't know what. Like, I just blacked the fuck out. In a lot of my meetings, leading it to, I'll get to a tip in 1 second. I'm just setting it up, and I know it's a long setup, but a lot of my meetings, like initially with writing, I would just black out and just, I don't know what I said. I would leave. I'd be like, I don't know what the fuck I said. Who knows? You know, and then, sometimes my agent will call me and be like, they said you had a great meeting. Like, it was fantastic. They loved it. I'm like, why? Like, I don't fucking know what I said, Even doing these videos, like, I'm nervous when I hit the camera. I know I'm going to be judged. You know what I mean? I'm not completely comfortable being on camera. And there we get to my point is, but over time, I'm more comfortable. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm saying is like, you're trying to get to the place of being present. Maybe this video is only for like a couple people that just black the fuck out when they go do these meetings and whatever. And for me, I've said before, but for me, once I met DeLuca, that was the scariest meeting for me. Even though he was already attached, I was still like, fuck, bro, like, what? And then I see Chris Hemsworth right here. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? Like, this is killing my vibe. Like, I'm like, I can do this. Let me try. And then DeLuca reached out to my agent. I think Sherry was repping me at that time, and she said DeLuca said it was one of his best meetings ever. I'm like, okay. But in the beginning, I was blacked out, and then I'm like, I need to be present, dude. Like, this is my life. But here's my tip. And ever since I met DeLuca, I feel like I can meet with anybody. I feel like I can be present now with anyone. So here's my tip: is start filming yourself. And self-taping. And I notice, by the way, I notice a lot of writers, you talk to them about what their screenplay is, and they will just black out and just start rambling, about like, oh, I'm like, what's it about? And they're like, oh, a dude wakes up and wakes up and he opens the door and he walks and he takes a few steps and then he jumps in a car, right? Like, and then he's driving, right? And you're like, bro, you didn't even tell me what the fucking title is. Like, start there. Like, hold on, stop, go back, tell me what the title is. I don't know, the genre, then give me like the overview. Like, start with the one word, like Scott Frank says. Is this a revenge story? So this is a revenge story. It's the title is this. The genre is this. It's a story of revenge. It's about a guy who do or a woman or whatever, and then build it out. Now I know where the fuck we're going. You see what I'm saying? So I think self-taping is, like, I highly recommend it because yeah, pitch to yourself, and record it, or just go on camera and just talk about whatever, anything, because a lot of people say, like, I don't like the sound of my voice. Like, you got to get over that. Like, it's the entertainment industry. Imagine if you said like, I don't like the sound of my voice, but I want to be a singer. Then you're gonna have to hear yourself like, so that's like being a singer like out on stage, like that is one of the most like vulnerable places you can put yourself in. Like I'm gonna sing to you right now, and everybody's like, "Go ahead, man." Like, you know, a lot of writers feel like I just want to write my script and like kind of like slip it like under the door, and then just let me know if I sold it, kind of thing. And it's like, no, 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 no. You gotta go to meetings, bro, to get that. Go, you gotta go meet with them. All right. And for some people, it's easy, I guess. Like, I don't know what that's like because it's never been easy for me. It's been something that I had to learn. But I think the best training you can give yourself is put yourself on camera and just watch it back, and then at a certain point, say in like 2 weeks, film yourself every day saying something, and then be like, in 2 weeks, I'm gonna fucking put this on YouTube and let myself be judged. You know, for 2 months, I'm gonna do a video once a week. So there's 8 videos, and I'm gonna let myself be judged. If you're scared of meetings and you're scared of like getting out there like that, for 2 months I'm gonna do that, and just at the 2 week mark, just put it out there. What do I say, dude? Who cares? Just say whatever you want, and let yourself be judged, and you'll see that you'll get better at talking over 2 months. You know, or fuck it, man, keep going. Like maybe you get some likes and shit, and you're like, I guess I'll keep talking about whatever, like, but that will help you, dude. I promise you. See, right now, I fucking loss of words, but fuck it, keep going, like that's the thing with being in the industry is that's the whole point of it is to put our art out there to be judged. Do I like it? Like there's a fucking award show for this shit. You know what I mean? Like, so you're gonna be judged. There's no way to do art without being judged. That's my fucking point. So you might as well just start talking and see what people have to say, and it's really not even about that. It's more about like, I'm just gonna get comfortable with saying what I want to say, because that's what your art is anyway. When you write a screenplay, like you're this is what I want to say, so there it is. So here you go. Now go ahead and judge me, and then we'll see if we can do something with this. It's probably the most that I can think of. The most writing is probably the most judgmental place you can put yourself in to share like your inner thoughts, like the shit in some of the screenplays I've written that I've shared is like, one of my managers said, like, some people are gonna fucking hate you off this. Do you get that? Like, you okay with that? And I said, yeah, I guess so. Like, fuck it, let's go for it. And on that particular script, no one liked it. So I just put myself out there, got judged, and apparently people fucking hated it. And I've seen, like Sherry used to share with me notes that I got back from people. She's like, do you want to see what they said? I said, yes. And sometimes she would You know, just forward me the email. And they're like, this is the bleakest thing I've ever read. I hated it. You know, like, ugh, like, But then someone else is like, I fucking loved it. I fucking loved it, man. So we're just trying to connect with people who connect with us. That's okay, you know. But anyway, that's art to me. Art is dangerous, you know, to some degree, putting yourself out there. But I think you do need to practice being dynamic a bit, just because they're gonna believe you more. That they should take a look at it. You know what I mean? So I guess that's it. I guess I'm done. Just in art, just understand that part is like, for example, like lit agents. Like Sherry was a lit agent, but she's still meeting a lot of celebrities, like meeting with them. You know what I mean? So even lit agents, you got to remember that. Like lit agents are used to being around celebrities. You know, I think some writers don't get that and think like, no, they're just used to being around like nerdy writers. No, 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 no. They're used to they're used to doing meetings with like a Jimmy Fallon or something like that. That's why I bring that up. A Jimmy Fallon who's very dynamic, has a fucking TV show, all this kind of shit. So when he goes into the meeting, he's gonna be very fucking dynamic, you know, and get everybody involved and entertain everybody. And so I'm just saying, man, like you're trying to enter Hollywood, man. Like never forget that. You're trying to enter Hollywood, land of the most talented people in the fucking world. That's what you're trying to do. Don't forget that. All right, I'm out, guys. Peace. Good luck. Fucking kill it. Practice this shit, dude. Put yourself on camera, and even if it's for yourself, do like 50 videos. You'll see, oh, I'm better now. So I can convert this into a fucking awesome meeting. You see what I'm saying? All right, peace, guys.